Smell of blood that grown up flies. Know what to do if the baby cries. Push that
Welcome to Tonto's Demise. This is the official championship parade for Mr. Matthew Dettling, a.k.a. Space Antelope. He's sitting right here with me, smiling from ear to ear. I'll let him introduce himself.
Grinning like a butcher's dog.
I guess I need to introduce myself. I'm Hillbillies on PCP, a.k.a. Detonators, Tonto Bowl 6 champion.
I'm Matthew Dettling, Tonto Bowl 1, 3, and 16. Tonto Bowl 16 champion. Suck it.
I just had to throw that Tonto Bowl champ in there just to set you up, just so you could spike it down.
Oh,
good.
oh, glory, Brian. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The champ is back on the top of the mountain.
Wow.
After 13 long years, just like the Pirates when they didn't make it back to the playoffs for 20 years, and then a great number like 21 with Roberto Clemente, they made it. And the number 13,
Mike Solinsky?
I'll kill you. Brian, and number 13, a great man, Dan Marino,
All right.
helped stop me from going to number 14, which would have been something terrible like, I don't know, Vinny Testaverde, or I can't remember a 14 at the moment. Andy Dalton, I think.
Yeah.
What's a famous 14? That's a good question.
It's a really good question, but
Ian Humphreys, I don't know.
you have to skip 14 probably.
True.
Hey, but thankfully for you, you don't have to. Congratulations on being the second member of our league to get 3 championships. You're now sitting at a table by yourself.
My own table.
Yep.
My own private table.
Your own private table.
Dettling party of 1. It feels so good to get away from those smelly beans and gags.
Yeah. And it's kind of nice to just to know that Craig's got somebody on his heels, you know? He can't really be so cocky anymore.
I'm like kicking dust at his heels.
Yeah.
Give me one more year.
Yep.
And it'll, I'll be right on his heels.
Oh, yeah. So, kicking it right off, how you feeling?
Amazing. I cannot tell you how good it feels to be the champion, to know every day that I go to bed and wake up as the champion. And also, one of the most hugest things I was thinking about the other day when I was sitting there with my coffee, listening to some records, I thought, boy, it really stinks that Jimmy Huber is not in the league next year. But then I said, look on the bright side, Dettling. Until Jimmy Huber comes back to the league, he will always have to honor Dettling as his champion.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's a good point.
it might only be a 1-year thing for you guys, but it's probably going to be for the rest of Jimmy Huber's life.
That you won on his final year as commissioner.
That's right. And that makes me feel even better.
Yeah.
So he'll have to bend down on a knee, and to honor me.
Kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring every time he sees me. And be like, it don't matter if it's 70 years from now. I'll be like, the champ is here. The champ is here. And you guys will be like, Dettling, that was Tonto year 16. It doesn't matter. I'm still his champion. I'm still his king. And I think that makes it all worth it. It's even more worth it.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles to it that gotta feel pretty good.
Oh, it feels so good. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's
So
been a
many
while
angles.
for you, sir.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
10 years.
10 years. It's been a decade. You know.
A decade.
Not 13, but
A lot of things that happened since you were champ last.
you just can't wait to bring that up, huh?
The Bulls won the championship over 10 years ago.
Wow. I am so not looking forward to next year already. I'm so not looking forward to it. We're going to have to cancel the podcast.
Like hell you will. I'm going to get my 1 year. Oh, and that's another thing. Every video, this is I get to look forward to. Every video cast, Craig is going to be like, let's start with the champs, shall we?
Yeah.
As we always do. Matt Dettling. It's for 16
He won't use your name, though. He'll use Space Antelope. You know that.
Oh, yeah. He
won't give you
refuses.
the
He refuses.
satisfaction.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Craig refused to give me the satisfaction. But what are you going do. I mean, I'll take it. So
you know what? Speaking of Craig, you brought him up. I didn't see a recap. Did you?
No, the last recap, he just kept muttering 3.1 to himself. I mean, 3.1, 3.1 this, 3.1 that.
Like,
Yeah.
padded room.
Yeah, like if I would have done this, or this would have happened. 3.1, if the Broncos would have done this, or if I would have started Derrick Henry like I thought I was going to, or I really wanted to, but I was talked out of it by the professionals.
Yeah.
What else could you? I mean, how?
Speaking of Craig, I haven't actually seen him since you beat him. Like, for all we know, he could be, in a padded wall room at psychiatric ward.
He did go to Florida to, like, who knows? Maybe it wasn't to see his mom. Maybe it was, that he needed to go to rehab for depression.
Right.
Because he did not win the championship like he planned on doing, because he probably had his own plans for the money that he was going to win and the back-to-back championship poll. But what are you going to do? Sorry, Craig, 3.1. What do you want to say, 3.1? Noah?
Say 3.1.
C-3PO? We'll take that.
Cat's got your tongue.
Doc McStuffins?
Elmo?
No.
Okay.
She's stunned.
Stunned
By the happiness, the joy that is radiating out of me right now. She says, Dettling, why are you so happy? And I say, because I am the champion and your dad is not. She says, kudos. Want to watch Doc McStuffins? All right. This episode, we're not really having that many of our usual bits. It's all about me, for the most part, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give you this one episode. Yeah.
So
let you bask in your glory.
this is about Space Antelope right now. I wrote a thank you list. I don't even know if it's
Hopefully
fully
not forgetting
done,
somebody, yeah.
but yeah. So most of it, you think it would be all about me winning that championship game, but it's not. It's me and my team and the blood and sweat and tears that went into this league, and into beating Craig. For the most part, it was just about beating Craig. You guys don't realize I stopped Craig from winning his 6th championship. 3.1 points were all that stopped him from winning, because he would have beaten Gags as well. So many things could have went his way but didn't, as so many things could have went my way but didn't, but enough went my way to make me move on. So without further ado, the things I'd like to thank as far as my team goes. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Craig Kubisic. You were a worthy adversary. Unfortunately, you beat me in the regular season, but, it doesn't really count in the playoffs. So you are, in fact, to me, you are the San Diego Chargers of the Tonto's Demise League, and I am your New England Patriots. Sorry. What can you do? So, Craig, I thank you for bringing out the best in me and the worst. But I will never apologize for the worst. You have 5 championships. That's enough. You don't ever need to have anybody say I'm sorry. And you are our possibly future commissioner.
Assistant.
Okay. The number 3.1, I'm thankful for. Because there's lots of things that you can do in 3.1.
Yeah.
There's a great, I believe Reggie Miller was 31.
Okay, yep.
So that's 3.1. You can kick a field goal in 3.1 seconds.
True.
Pretty much.
It's the beginning of pi, 3.14.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I didn't think about that one. You could, blow your load in 3.1 seconds if you're half pump chump. I don't know. You can, I don't know what else is there. There's a lot of things you can do. Anyways.
Of course.
3.1 points.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's almost like a 5K. I think it's like 3.
Yeah.
I think it is 3.1.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's 3.13 or
might be something like that. That's the beginning. Because 10K is 6.2.
13.1.
I know. I'm talking about a 5K. 5K is
5K.
3.1 miles.
Oh, I like it. A 5K.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So that's enough about Craig.
Okay. And the number 3.1.
Yeah, I'd like to thank DeAndre Hopkins, you son of a bitch, you beautiful son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I love you so much. I love you. You are the number 1 wide receiver in the league, the best hands, the dreads. Everything about you is freaking unbelievable, beautiful, so happy that you're on my team this year.
Did you tell all the white receivers that?
I didn't get the rest of the list.
Okay,
Brian.
okay, sorry.
Okay?
Sorry.
Thank you for having your best game against Craig when I needed you the most, because it looked dire there with the Michael Williams Thursday night explosion.
Yeah.
And who decides that only when he plays against me, he will go off for 2 to 3 touchdowns a game, not just passing or catching, rushing as well. So I needed you, DeAndre, and you performed, and that's all that matters. And you will forever be enshrined in my Hall of Fame, Fantasy Football Tonto's Demise Hall of Fame. You are the GOAT. You are the GOAT, my friend.
Would you say he's your Brandon Jacobs?
No, because he was good all year.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to rain on your parade.
Are you trying to make me go back in time? Because I won't do it, because I have the trophy right now, Brian. I have the champ.
Did you get the trophy?
I did.
Okay, good.
It was kind enough to be given to me right away.
Okay.
So the what do you call it? The cranky Santa from Tonto's Demise.
Tonto Claus?
Tonto Claus, yes. Was not that cranky, gave me the trophy.
Yeah. Nice. Yes?
Hello.
I got them tip on you.
You got some chips for me? Okay. Thank you for getting me chips.
Okay, go look.
No, I don't need them right now.
All right. If it was anybody but Nola, I'd say they rudely interrupted my speech.
right.
But it's Nola. She's wonderful. Second on the list, Tyreek Hill. I'd like to thank you for proving me right that you're a joke. You're nothing.
What do you get? Like 10 points that game?
8.1.
Okay.
If you would have caught, if you'd have caught some more, Patrick Mahomes would have thrown some more. That's all right. But I'm focusing mostly on Tyreek Hill.
Sure.
Proving me right that in the moment that he needed to shine and be your glory, you're a lighthouse to the trophy, he failed miserably. And don't give me that crap about how he was hurt. Everybody was hurt. Freaking DeAndre Hopkins has 3 injuries. Julio Jones is lucky he can get out of bed. Point is, they even said in that injury that it was actually better for him to run than to walk. And that's what he's good at, running. And that's not a racist thing. He's just a good wide receiver before. No, it's just for others out there on the podcast who are like, oh, that's racist. Just because he could run. So, yeah, thank you, Tyreek Hill. I'd like to thank the Denver defense for losing to the Cleveland Browns.
That was a 6-point swing.
Yes, 17-16 they lost. -3 points. So that helped out.
Yep. That
Great.
could have been a game right there.
And on the flip side, I'd like to thank my Atlanta defense, Atlanta Falcons, for blowing up when they were supposed to versus Arizona, and me making the right decision. Because I know Craig thought I was stupid for not playing the Buffalo Bills, which was highly considered, but I couldn't resist Josh Rosen.
Who were they playing?
They were playing Detroit.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then I'd also like to thank Derrick Henry for not being started on your team. Sorry. Not sorry. I'd like to thank Julio Jones. You're beautiful. Thank you. You're a beast. I got 20 points in that game versus Craig. The whole season you were great. You're better than Antonio Brown. So is DeAndre. Just saying. I'd like to thank the Phillip Rivers to Michael Williams connection to helping me out to outpoint you. Because while it was going to Williams, it was still going to Rivers on that 2-point conversion. And that was the connection. And I would also like to thank, last but certainly not least, Larry fucking Fitzgerald. You guys all doubted me. It was Larry Fitzgerald. I started him, did I not?
You doubted him all season.
He wasn't producing at the time, but I knew in my moment I had to put him in because he's Larry the legend. I'm standing behind my guy. You guys would have said something, and I said, I can't let that happen.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He proved it to you guys. He showed up. He got 15.20 points in the flex position and helped me win and beat the vaunted Springfield Isotopes. And I'll never let any of you forget it. And in the championship round, and I'd like to make this to a more serious little note.
Okay.
There was a little spiritual connection between the Space Antelope.
Okay. Do tell.
Between Vince Behoric and I.
Is that right?
Yes. Because here's the funny thing, Brian. Larry Fitzgerald threw a touchdown pass in the flex position. Do you
In
know
the
who else?
championship?
In the championship game. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Plays for the Cardinals, right?
Sure.
His number's 11. Okay. Vince. First of all, this is the only touchdown pass he's ever thrown
Okay, in his career.
in his career. Vince Mahork had Emmitt Smith playing for the Cardinals. Number 22. What's half of 22, Brian?
That would be 11.
Whose number's that, Brian?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Guess what? When when Emmitt Smith was in the flex position,
1 minute, I'll get you some.
1 minute. We're talking spiritually here, Nola. We will. We'll get you some.
Okay.
All right.
We got her some crackers.
Got her some crackers. She's calmed down. So yeah, half of 22 is 11.
Yep.
And that was Emmitt Smith's first touchdown that he ever threw.
Okay.
On Vince's flex position.
Okay.
And I believe in my heart that Vince helped Larry Fitzgerald in both rounds in week 15 and 16. And he helped it so that the Space Antelope could become the champion, as I said, would happen 2 years ago, I believe.
Last year.
The second season. Well,
Yeah.
the second season we've had a
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
And so Space Antelope will be put on the trophy. It won't be Matt Dettling.
All right.
There will be a Space Antelope with a
Nice.
parentheses VBMD
Nice.
on there. And I will not have the Space Antelope name next year, like I said. I will retire it as a champion.
As a champion. Okay.
And that's my ode to Vince in the fantasy football world.
All right. That's nice. I like
So,
it.
yeah, that's the little spiritual thing.
Yeah. That's a nice little way to go out with
Yeah.
that name.
Right. That way
As a champion.
his name will be on the trophy, not as the Vince Behore, just as the Vince Behore trophy, but also as
Right.
co-champion.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never remembered that about Emmitt Smith.
I knew it like it was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But like, what game did that happen in?
It wasn't in the playoffs.
I was gonna say it must have been. Just
But
been
the
like
point
a-
is that he was in the flex position when he
right,
threw
right,
it,
Right.
and Vince was the one that had him in there.
As an Arizona Cardinal.
Yes, and this is also the
That's pretty
season that
cool.
Vince sat on the couch, or no, passed out on the couch and picked his team half passed out.
Nice.
Is so and so available? No. Is this person? No. Is this person? I'll take
I
him.
remember that. That's funny.
But yeah, that's all as far as my thanking that I can remember at the moment. I'd like to thank the whole league for having a great time, and I guess I would like to thank, because Craig would like to tell me to thank Josh for DeAndre Hopkins, and it was a good trade. I don't care what you say. I'd also like to thank Tree Size for Edelman
Yeah.
and Lamar
Lamar Miller.
Miller. He helped me win a couple games, helped me get into the playoffs. Then he stunk in week 15 because he got hurt.
Yeah.
So, but had a great time. It was a great season. I also like to thank all of you, and I'm thanking my lucky stars, and I am the champion.
Yeah. I mean,
And I just like to say, y'all got nuked.
nuked.
That's DeAndre Hopkins' nickname, Nuke.
Okay. I actually didn't know that. If I'm gagged sitting here at home listening to this podcast, I'm thinking like he's got to feel a little slighted. You know, like he was the other team that, first of all, he won the entire league. Didn't really even mention the championship game. Is there anything you wanted to say to Gag specifically? Because it's almost like a slap in the face to like not even acknowledge the championship game, and really viewing Craig as like your competitor.
It's a good point. Okay. Gags. It was good to play against, to get my revenge against you.
Yeah.
From that last championship, I felt like I should have won. I still don't even know the real score. Craig never put it up. Whether I would have won or not with Adam Thielen playing. But, hey, you kind of asked this. It was a pretty lopsided game, this championship game, 205 to 147. And we'll pause it. All right, like we saw, pretty lopsided here. But, yeah, I mean, he used Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
against me. What happened? I mean, he performed actually pretty well. 45. Which is pretty good. But then you went and cursed yourself, man.
Yeah.
You put in Willie Snead because you thought
But-
you'd get cute.
But how beautiful would that have been for
would've-
him?
It would have been it would have been freaking
And that
beautiful.
would have been your worst nightmare.
It would have been, because he would have been talking about it for years.
Oh yeah.
And you got Dalvin Cook from me. Barkley did not perform Barkley-esque. The only good person really was the Devontae Adams, who I will tell you, was a beast all year.
He was.
Consistency was key, and he was the king. But yeah, like, I loved playing you against you. I loved beating you. That just means, hey, best of 3 gags. You know, why don't we get there next year, both of us again? And you're the one told me you could have made sure I didn't have Jamal Williams.
That's true.
And you didn't do it. That
true.
was 27.6 points right there.
Yeah.
So
if you would have picked him up.
Yeah, if you would have picked him up, it probably wasn't a swing, but big enough swing.
Might not been quite enough.
No, you would have to.
Because you would have put Michelle in there.
You would have put in. Well, that was another. You did put in C.J. Anderson.
Yeah.
Against Arizona. That was kind of crazy as well.
But I'm saying if he would have picked up Jamal Williams, you would have put in Sonny Michelle, and he got you 20.
Yeah, that's true. I would have.
Yeah. But it still would have helped him a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's talk about me having Robbie Anderson on the bench 3 weeks so you went
Dude,
off.
I mean, I drafted Robbie Anderson when he was
You're the
a
one that
bum.
told me not to play him.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. He was a bum for like the entire season.
Yeah.
Until the playoffs came around, then he started performing.
Yeah. But
I don't think there's really anything he could have done to actually have won it. You know,
No.
like tweaking his lineup here and there.
it was
Snead
fate.
if Snead was on the bench, I don't think it would have made a difference.
no. But hey, man, all year you said, I'm not sure if it was a real thing or not, but you were like, I don't know how I'm doing it. I don't know how my team's not losing.
Yeah.
And you won first place, and you made it all the way to the title game. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley pretty much led you there. Well, Devontae Adams and Saquon Barkley.
You know, there's only one thing that I did better than you this year. I beat Gags twice. He only had 3 losses.
You know, you're going to say that. There's one thing that Josh did better than everybody this year.
What's
I
that?
think everybody. He beat me twice.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He'll probably let everybody know that, I'm the Dettling
sure.
killer.
Yep.
You guys couldn't stop him from winning his 3rd championship? I would have been able to do it.
That's so funny.
And so, yeah. And while we're at it, let me just look at something real fast
Go for
here.
it. But while you're looking that up, just pointing out to Gags that, you know, the podcasters took you down this year. Had it been not for us, you probably would have walked away with 3rd championship and whatever. It would have been like 6 years, I think. 5 or 6 years. I don't know how
6
many
years, I think.
6 years. Yeah, that's right. It would have been 3 and 6 because he would have had a chance for 4 and 7. And no lie, had Gags actually pulled off 4 and 7, I would have declared it a dynasty from my perspective.
Yeah.
But that's out the window now. That's over.
Yep.
There are officially no dynasties in our league. Craig can't have one right now.
Nope.
Gags can't have one. So it'll happen eventually, I think.
Yeah.
But not right now.
My main thing here is Josh is Evan Ingram. Craig says he's a bum. Listen, he was hurt a lot.
Yeah. You get a concussion or something?
Yeah, concussion. He had something groin or hammy as well. Dude, he went off for 19.7 points in week 2. Then he had like 2 point. He got hurt week 3. Was out 4 through 6. 7th he came back, wasn't that good. Then he got Washington 13.5. Then all right, some mediocre weeks of 8.6, 8.6. Then he was hurt again for 2 weeks. Then he was 10.7, 15.5, 17.3. Granted, these are some of these were without OBJ.
Yeah.
But that's the same as last year. But the point is, he can score in bunches, and those like 15.5, 17.3, those are
good
those are
numbers.
Kittle-esque,
Yeah.
Kelsey-esque numbers.
Yeah.
So he does have the potential to be a top 5 tight end.
Potential. Yeah.
Potential.
Yeah.
So just want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
I know you don't like the trade.
Right. I don't really have that big of a problem with it. Like, I guess my bigger problem is that who didn't he take? Was it Julio Jones or somebody?
Oh, before me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took I think he took Fournette.
Fournette, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have done the same thing considering it's like a running back league right now,
Right.
for the flex. But hindsight,
I-
wouldn't have worked out.
I would not have.
You would have taken Julio.
Who was there? It probably would have been a receiver.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a receiver for me because, in my mind, going into the draft was, first of all, you guys had like these great running backs that had catch. Like you had McCaffrey, Craig has Gurley.
Right.
I don't know who has what.
Yeah.
But
Well, I didn't have McCaffrey until the second round.
well, yeah, but you still were keeping him, right?
Oh yeah,
Last
yeah.
year, and that's
Going into next
yeah,
year,
and Crick
yeah.
had Kamara
Yeah.
from last year as well.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, but my thing was, all right, all these. I was like, I wrote in my notebook. I said, all right, these are the running backs, the wide receivers.
Yeah.
And I just crossed off the
I
top.
see. Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
there's like I knew after the 5 picks, I was like, if Barkley doesn't make it to 6, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Right.
There's no running back for me worth taking. 'Cause
Yeah.
I looked up, they said, like Fournette, top 10. I was like, Fournette doesn't catch passes. I just couldn't do it. So I said,
who
I'm
was
taking a receiver.
Who was the other one? The Atlanta running back, Freeman. Like, again, I don't think he's
yeah.
the same caliber anymore.
Yeah. And I said it before. I'm pretty sure I said it in a podcast before that I went and I did the anti-running back anti-running back strategy. I went receiver heavy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what else. I said, I think this is the only way for me to win. Have a shot.
And now you can say it worked out. Now you can say I'm a genius.
Well, did everything. Stuff fell into place for me. And the biggest thing for me was Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah.
Great running. Not a great. Became a good running back with who would catch passes. Still not the number one. But and Sony Michel.
Sure.
I had a whole team is what I was doing. I was going for it and it worked.
You drafted Sonny Michel, right?
I did.
Yeah, I thought so.
I did.
Okay. All right. So I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
A brief little interview since you are the champion. We'll let you.
Brian.
You are the champ. You will not get this kind of treatment next year. I mean, we'll acknowledge you as the champion, but I'm not going to interview and make your head and your ego swell.
Every
all
week
right?
it'll be the champ is here.
So you already kind of answered one of them.
What the dead is cooking. Sorry.
Oh my
All
God.
right, I'm done.
And this is the first championship in the podcast era as one of the podcasters.
Podcaster of power.
So it will be interesting to have everyone hear from you every week because whenever I won, there was no podcast. All right. So
That's true.
you already answered this, but was it satisfying to kind of take Gags down after he beat you 2 years ago?
It was. It was very satisfying.
Because had he beat you, man, that would have been tough to shake.
It would have been it was the whole. As you know, the playoffs are a whirlwind of emotion.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was you I texted or was talking to about it or maybe Bigler, but I had stated how I would be super surprised if I won because I had to take down. I basically had to go through the top 5 running back gauntlets.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I had to take McCaffrey on, then had to take Gurley, and then I had Barkley. And even if I didn't have to take Barkley, then I had to take Elliott and Kamara.
And Kamara, right, together.
So it was very, very trying, first of all, playing against you,
Yeah.
Best buds, podcasters of power, pitted against each other. I won, moved on.
You did. You
And
earned.
I was doing the Bell Belichick.
Yeah.
On to Springfield Ice Tips. On to Gags. And all that stuff. But beating Gags is wonderful because I got to, take the chimpanzee off my shoulder.
Sure.
Gags beat me last time I was there, and if I would have
He would have
played,
never let you forget that if he had beaten you twice in Tonto Bowls.
No.
He'd bring that up all the time.
he would. It'd be terrible. He would be at the draft. He'd say
Exactly, at the draft. Just these these little jabs. It'd
And
be,
it'd be
subtle.
And if he would have won, we would have had a barbecue at his house again.
Oh, I know.
And everybody probably would have thanked me for
You'd
it.
have to show-
But it's not going to happen, okay? You're not getting your ribs and your salmon and all these good foods and beers. Sorry.
That's funny.
That's not what you do with the people that you beat. You don't invite them for tea and crumpets and a freaking steak.
Funny.
You guys are eating like walnuts or something at mine.
I like
So
walnuts. I like walnuts.
Okay, well, I'll find something else.
I'll find something you don't like.
Steak, Brian. All there is to steak.
It's funny. All meat. All red meat. All right. Next question. I know you don't like to jinx things throughout the season. That's why a lot of times you wouldn't even answer questions about stuff like this. But, have you given thought to the draft location? Have you given thought to what your draft's going to look like? Obviously, you're going to be serving us crap food, apparently. But what's it going to be? Bring your own. What's it going to be? I mean, is it going to be a pound of bacon?
Right now, Kevin B's
Bacon
jumping
boy.
up for joy.
Yeah.
Bacon boy. Bacon boy. Correct. Sorry. Every time I say Craig's Daniels, I feel like I have to be like that clown. It's kind of crazy. I'll be sitting in bed thinking I'm like, Craig.
That's so funny.
But first, I don't know. As far as the location, I was like, boom, Pittsburgh. Everybody's driving to me, not doing squat. And I was like, I don't think my 1-bedroom apartment will not hold everybody
Right.
comfortably.
We could do it. It'd be tight. You'd have to rearrange some furniture. Some people would be in the kitchen.
Yeah. But then if I
You can make it work.
so as I was saying before, the possibility of buying a house.
Right.
Maybe then we could have it at my house.
Is there a
depending on-
potential it might happen before August?
I mean, there's potential.
Yeah.
I would say the lease ends in October, so buying a house probably give us like 5 months or something. We might have to do that thing where we're double dipping on freaking.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna suck, but.
When did you say the lease is up?
October.
Okay.
But if we get something like August
Yeah,
or maybe
if it's worth it, go
if
for
it's
it.
worth it. But yeah, so I thought about that, and then I thought about like a restaurant. But I really like it when it's at somebody's house. I
Me
just really
too.
like that for
Me
me.
too.
And you as well.
My house is too small.
Yeah.
I would offer my house, but it's too small
Yeah,
for like 12 guys.
yeah. We could do it out in the hot hot Pittsburgh heat in your backyard.
We could do
But,
that.
I
We
mean, I
could do
remember
that.
at Craig's lesbian hotel factory, whatever. place it
Yeah,
is.
that's true. I mean, we got the
draft.
covered
We
deck
do,
out back,
but
but
that didn't help with Craig's either.
if it's 90 degrees out,
Yeah.
it doesn't
So,
matter.
I was thinking maybe Pittsburgh, but I'm also leaning towards my parents' house again,
Oh,
going back
God.
to the
Oh,
scene. I mean,
God.
well, we talk about
I know.
sleepovers, man.
No,
This
I
is
know,
conducive
but
to
like
sleepover.
it's perfect because like if you just like Craig said earlier, it's like that is where we had the first 2 championship
Yeah.
drafts for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So obviously the third one happened at that house. So it's like obviously it's a good luck place for you.
It is
So it could
where
be
I
the big-
feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
My parents love having everybody there. Getting all that food there. Obviously, like I said, I'll supply
Kitchen of love.
I'll supply the house. You guys bring
Oh
the tacos.
god, yeah. Something tells me that won't happen again.
No, I won't get like the amazing spread.
Nah.
But, well, I mean, whatever you guys brought, you guys pretty much took home
Yeah.
with you too. I think Josh brought donuts. He took them all too.
That's so funny.
Somebody, maybe it was Jay, I forget. But Bean took his whole cake. Well, a quart. Nobody had the cake. What's up with that? His cake was amazing.
It wasn't
we
vegan.
kept like 3 slices.
Yeah.
It was delicious. I
Yeah.
can't believe nobody was ready to have the cake.
Yeah, it looked beautiful.
It looked beautiful
First,
and it tasted.
was it first place? First place cake?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know other people's cakes, all these things are political.
Yeah.
But I've always anything that
He
Bean,
didn't sleep with her, right?
No, but anything that Bean usually makes is usually wonderful. I will give him that much credit on anything. And if there's one thing that fully knows, it's food. And Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, so you don't have a draft location yet. You've got
No.
you've got a solid
Yeah.
7 months to figure it out.
Hi. Oh.
It's all right. You got 7 months to figure it out, but maybe figure it out by like June, so give people an idea.
All right, I will.
If you can.
Pause and say hi.
Do whatever you want.
Okay. Let's pause the hill of the crystal.
Do you remember what we said last?
About the draft location
Oh, yeah.
by June.
By June, yeah. But you're the champ, so you figure it out whenever you want to figure it out. You let people know. Because look, Craig didn't tell people at
2
all.
days until
The day of. No, the day of. Really? I mean, because it was a lie.
It
the
was a
whole
secret.
time.
It was a
Yeah,
lie the whole time, which you guys got me. You got me good.
We did, but you got us in the end.
You're darn right.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that, but yes.
All right, 2 last questions.
Okay.
Quick questions. We know that you are not going to be sharing any of your winnings with Brogan, which is appropriate. It's your money. You do whatever the hell you want with it.
Right.
Do you have any plans for that money?
Uh,
Are we going to buy vinyl? Are we going to buy stuff, just random, like video games? What are you going to do?
well, I was thinking about vinyl, but now I've got too much vinyl right now, so unless something jumps out at me.
Okay.
I was looking at like a Rolling Stones Beggars Banquet album, $50, not bad. But then also, at first I thought, I can use all this money just to blow it on something stupid again for the league. And I was like, no way, this is my money, not your money.
That's right.
So I can assure you that whatever I use it for will be dumb.
Good. Good.
Probably get me in trouble. What else?
But use it on something that you can remember. This is my league winnings prize. Whether it's like a baseball jersey or whatever. I don't know. Like I always feel like it should have like you'll remember. That's why I have this.
Like the Xbox that you sold me?
Exactly.
That I now have?
Always. Yep.
Okay.
I mean that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
If you want to go blow it on beer, go blow it on beer. But,
I won't blow it on beer.
I'm back.
I also,
Okay.
as you might want to let them know, Brad, since I won the other championship, I
Yeah.
also came into some money recently too.
that is true. He
Which
won
is-
first place. He got another $200.
Pretty nice. Very nice. What?
But nobody does fantasy football for the money. If you did, you'd be crazy. Like it's
Do
the
it all
worst-
for the money,
It's
Brian.
the worst investment in the world.
I was trying to get into a $200 baseball league right now, so
All right.
so we'll see. But no, I'm excited to It's nice just to have the money in my
see.
sock drawer.
All right. Yeah, that's funny because that's where it came from mine.
Oh, okay.
Sock drawer to sock drawer.
Yeah.
All right. Last question, and you don't have to answer it specifically, but can we expect any surprises during the off season now that you are the champion?
I mean, what do you think, Brian?
I mean, I think yes. I mean, I don't think you're just going to sit silently and like just hang out with your trophy. I think you're going to actually rub it in our faces all off season long. So that's my prediction, but you don't have to give away, you don't have to show your hand, but can we expect to hear from Dettling over the next 6-7 months?
I believe you can expect it. I had a little conversation with Brandon Joseph Bigler.
Yeah.
We were talking about his James Winston keeping value in 17, and Damien Williams.
Yeah.
And I said if I didn't get to wake up to my beautiful trophy every day, I would be jelly. I'm going to enjoy this ride until you little bitches try to pry it from my cold dead hands. And he said, I'm one of those. You better enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
So I know what I have.
Oh,
Believe me, and I plan on enjoying it to the fullest
Yeah.
and letting you know to the fullest.
Because tomorrow is never promised in fantasy football.
Promised. But even if I'm gone, maybe there will be a way that you will always remember.
All right. So you're no longer quitting the league or anything like that, right?
I am not. As I said before, I told you I'm just going to retire the name.
And you will no longer be a single player by next year.
Correct.
Well, actually, you will be.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I still will be.
You'll still be on the market, but you're engaged.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, yeah. And then after that, it will be a taken man.
Yep.
Solid taken man, I guess I would say.
You heard him, boys. You got about 12 months to capture his heart if you're trying to. Josh, I don't know. Bean, Bigler.
Bigger maybe.
Jut.
Jut. We have a tight bond.
Yeah.
So it could be fun. But no, probably I like the women. So
I like it, the women.
I like the women. I mean, sorry. But no, it's going to be fun. Like I said, I'm truly happy to be your champ.
Yep. Enjoy the off season. Whatever you're gonna do with your trophy. Make sure you take some pictures with your trophy. If you're gonna take it on vacations or anything like that.
I just thought about treating it like the gnome in those commercials.
It's a little bit harder to carry around, but
You can make it work.
take it a few places.
Right. Hey, if my dad can have a Roman soldier's helmet transported from Italy to America, I can take the trophy wherever I want. So.
All right. I think that's all I got. You have any final thoughts? I just have one final thought. I don't want your head to get too big, but you are deserving of this championship. Your scores show it. You scored 200 points in the last 2 games. I think against me, you didn't score 200, but you were up there in like the 180s or something like that. So your performances justify the wins in the championship. You didn't squeak by in any of the playoff wins. So you earned it, and you took down some Titans. So congratulations, and I hope you enjoy it because you fought hard for it. That's the last time I'm going to really compliment you on this season, so enjoy it.
Okay, well, like they say, remember the Titans,
Yeah.
but always remember Dettling,
All right.
because I am the Titanist of the Titans. And if Craig would have just played that one Titan, it would be changed to be flip-flopped.
Ouch.
So always beware Craig. He always is trying to think of ways to win, and don't trade him anything.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Good point. All right. Those are your final thoughts for this week?
Well, I don't want my final thoughts to be Craig.
Yeah.
My final thoughts are, it's awesome season. It was a wonderful joy to be a part of. Many times I was at the casino mad because I couldn't watch the TV. But I did watch Monday night games and Sunday night games and Thursday night games. And I look forward to the draft next year and to seeing everybody, and to also start talking and trash talking on the Line app, and having another fun-filled year of podcasting, hopefully with more Venus talking.
Yep.
Maybe some more interviews. Better. And Craig did an excellent job on the video recaps this year as well.
Except for the fact that he didn't do one for the championship.
Oh yeah, but we all know that the only time he ever does that is when he wins
Exactly, for 2 hours.
for 2 hours. Yes.
We will have probably at least one more show before the off season really begins. We're gonna do the Demises. We're gonna do a little bit on the search for the next commissioner. So we'll maybe do that next week or a couple weeks from now. We'll figure it out.
Sounds good.
All right, you ready, Dettling?
I'm always ready, Brian. Champion.